So I just want to tell you something that might be shocking and might be a little disillusioning at first, but you can't ever solve your problems. And the reason is because a problem is actually an emblem. It comes from a root that means emblem or symbol. And your problems are actually showing you primarily that you are living in a world that's too small for you now. They're showing you that something more is trying to emerge and you're still trying to cope. And it's important to think of it like this, that Einstein said that you cannot solve a problem at the level of thinking that created it, because the problem is that frequency. It's like ice. Ice is ice at 32 degrees or below, right? And if you're at 32 degrees or below and you have the problem of ice, no matter what you do with that ice, put hot water on it, what's going to happen? The hot water will become more ice. No matter what you do at that level, it will always create more ice. You'll always have the problem or the potential problem of ice, and you'll never be free. So how do you solve the problem of ice? You have to raise the temperature. You have to rise above 32 degrees. So problems cannot be solved, but when you rise above that temperature, that problem dissolves. So problems aren't solved, they dissolve as you evolve. As you lift your energy, your attention, your vision, your vibration to a higher level, it's not that you've actually solved the problem of ice in this example. Ice still exists at 32 degrees and below. But because you're living at 35, 40, 50, 60, it cannot exist in your environment. Do you understand? Again, this is why Einstein said you cannot solve a problem at the level of the problem, because you'll keep recreating it. It's also why he said, arrows of hate have been shot in my direction many times, but they no longer touch me because they come from a world I no longer inhabit. See, everything is possible, and in fact, everything is manifest and happening at some frequency. And so when you're trying to solve a problem, you're attacking the problem, you're manipulating the problem, you are now married at that frequency. You are in integrity with that frequency. And as I say often, even if you manage to manifest a bigger paycheck, you're still going to be broke, just at a higher income bracket. Even if you manage to get a new mate, you're still going to have the same arguments, because you're still the same person. You're still the same frequency. As Gandhi said, you must become the change you want to see in the world. Now, I'll give you another example. When a race car driver is learning how to drive around the track and deal with the car sliding out of control, where it's going to slam up against the wall, they are trained that when they're careening towards that wall, they have to do something that is one of the most non-intuitive or counterintuitive things. Look away from the wall. If they look at the wall, the problem, they're going to hit it. They have to look away. In fact, it's so counterintuitive, they have to sometimes be trained with their trainer to forcibly turn their head towards the track, towards where they want to go. Because energy flows where attention goes. The eyes, the hands will flow where your eyes go. So when they look at the wall, the problem, when they focus on the problem, their hands keep turning towards the problem, the wall. So they have to consciously stop trying to solve the problem, look towards the solution, be more interested in where they want to go than where they don't. And when that happens, the hands follow the eyes, the car begins to adjust. Now there is one precarious moment. Even after they've adjusted, even after they've turned their attention, the car still has momentum. There's inertia, and it's still sliding. And if you don't understand what's really happening, you might go, oh my God, it's not working, it's not working. Look back to the wall, bam, you're gonna hit it. Because you feel like, I gotta look at the problem, or I'm gonna hit it. But again, if you look at it, you're gonna hit it. Now, you're not always guaranteed to get out of it when you look to what you want, but you are guaranteed to run smack into it if you look at it. So right now, whatever your problem is, understand it's an evolutionary trigger. It's calling more out of you. It's not calling you to solve the problem. It's calling you to ask a bigger question. It's calling you to have a bigger vision. It's calling you to dig deeper. And so look at a problem you have right now, and you've been trying to solve it, and instead begin to imagine, if I was on the other side, if I had solved it, how would I feel then? How would I think then? Who would I be then? What would I do then? That's the habits of thinking, feeling, being, and doing on the other side. And instead of solving the problem, begin to adapt those qualities. Begin to embrace this situation by becoming the person you would be if you were already over it. And as you do that, you are raising your frequency. You are transforming your character. And conditions don't determine your destiny, your character does. When your character changes, your environment changes. Again, as Gandhi said, you must become the change you want to see in the world. Stop solving problems. Start becoming the individual you would be if it was already solved. I hope this is inspiring you and motivating you. Now go out and don't solve your problem. Become the answer. Until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.